Hello again, everybody. Beau James here, welcoming you to a big episode of Southern States Wrestling Retro. And we have a huge program here for the holiday, for Memorial Day, is we are going to go back through May, through the years, and take a look at some of the great talents that have competed right here in Southern States Wrestling that we have lost over the years. This is going to be our new format for this program. It'll be a 1 hour monthly special where we take you through that month, through the decades. And trust me, we're not going to run out of footage because we have 33 years and counting of footage to show you. Here today you're going to see Tracy Smothers, you're going to see Mark Curtis, you're going to see Sherri Martell, Wahoo McDaniels, and a whole lot more as we remember the fallen from Southern States Wrestling on this Memorial Day. Let's go back to 1996. Myself taking on the wild-eyed Southern boy, Tracy Smothers.
Collar and elbow tie-up. Beau takes Tracy Smothers into the corner. Throws a looping right hand. Smothers comes back. Hits James to the side of the head. Beau rolls out. Beau James complaining to the referee. Tracy Smothers using the fist. Beau James getting a little bit soothed from Peaches. Beau James climbing back into the ring. Handsome Beau James. Collar and elbow tight in the center of the ring. Side headlock by Beau James on Tracy Smothers. Side headlock. Tracy shoots Beau into the ropes. Beau comes off with a looping tackle. Beau James showing the web in his muscles, saying, look what I did. I took Tracy Smothers down. Handsome Beau James moving out once again against the wild-eyed Southern boy, Tracy Smothers. Collar and elbow tight in the center of the ring. Beau James goes for a side headlock. He's got it in good and tight. Tracy shoots Beau into the ropes, leapfrogs over him, and now the tackle once again, the big football shoulder tackle by handsome Beau James. Beau James telling the crowd, this punk is nothing. Tracy Smothers is nothing. Tracy started some good moves there, but Beau James put the brakes on coming off the ropes, got the football shoulder tackle into Smothers, and sent him a-selling. Tracy Smothers and Beau James locks up again. Side headlock by handsome Beau James on the wild-eyed Southern boy, Tracy Smothers. Tracy shoots him off the ropes, goes for a hip toss, drop kick right into the face of Beau James. Tracy up and ready. Beau goes to the corner, falls on his posterior. Well, I'll tell you what, one quick hip toss off the ropes, and then right into the face, a flying drop kick from the wild-eyed Southern boy, Tracy Smothers, on the handsome one, Beau James, from here in Fall Branch, Tennessee. Now, Beau talking to Peaches over the situation. Beau James with a side headlock on Tracy Smothers. He drops down. Peaches grabs the top rope, and Tracy Smothers takes a spill out to the floor. Here comes handsome Beau James. Working over Tracy Smothers, shoots that back into the turnbuckles and the ring. Beau James working over Tracy Smothers into the kidney region. Now the rabbit punches to the back. Rabbit punches again to the back. Now Beau James posting the wild-eyed Southern boy, Tracy Smothers. It's starting to be all handsome Beau James here tonight at the Sansom Center. Now Beau James with a partial camel clutch. Beau James running the back of the wild-eyed Southern boy, Tracy Smothers, into the turnbuckles. Beau James give him two big shoulder splashes and threw him across the ring into the other set of turnbuckles. The wild-eyed Southern boy, Tracy Smothers, in a world of trouble here at Sansom Center. Beau James hooking a partial Southern boy, Tracy Smothers, here to Sansom Center. Tracy trying to come up. He's on one knee. He's coming up slow. Beau James still maintaining a half surfboard. Now Tracy Smothers inverts the surfboard, puts it on Beau James, but Beau James comes up with that Missouri mule kick on the wild-eyed Southern boy, Tracy Smothers. Beau James knew he was in trouble when Tracy inverted that move, the surfboard, and boy, Beau was thinking there. He come up with that Missouri mule kick. I'm getting excited, man. This is action personified. Southern States Wrestling here at the Sansom Center in Fall Branch, Tennessee. Beau with a foot on the ropes and a little help from Peaches, of course. Tracy Smothers would rather die than to give it up here at the Sansom Center. Referee James McCombs right in position to check the arm. Beau James applies the pressure of the front face lock, but Tracy Smothers comes up, and the Missouri mule kick has been given to handsome Beau James by the wild-eyed Southern boy, Tracy Smothers. Now Tracy comes alive. He climbs the middle turnbuckle. This could be trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 hits to the top of the head. And a Japanese drop. And now Tracy Smothers going for his signature move, the Georgia Jawjacker on Beau James. Beau turns around. Jawjacker connects right in the center of the ring. Tracy Smothers had the pin on handsome Beau James. Here comes Malia Hosaka. Beau been awakened. But look at Tracy. The winner of the fall in the match, the wild-eyed Southern boy, Tracy Smothers, over handsome Beau James and Malia Hosaka and Peaches.
There you saw just one of the matches that Tracy and I had over the years. Always one of my favorite people to be in the ring with, and always a tough match with Tracy Smothers. Another person that I loved sharing the ring with and the dressing room with, and was a special part of not only my life, but everybody in Southern States Wrestling's life, was Mark Curtis. Most of you knew Mark Curtis as a referee in Smoky Mountain Wrestling and WCW. We also had Mark Curtis, the wrestler, under different names. He was a Ninja Turtle. He was this and that at different times over the years. Let's go back to 1996 and see Mark Curtis as his Lucha Libre identity as El Técnico Rudo, taking on Alan King.
La Techno Rudo and Alan King in this match. Of course, La Techno Rudo from Lucha Libre, Mexico, and Lucha Libre has some of the finest high-flying wrestlers that you'll find anywhere. They put on a pay-per-view a couple years ago in Los Angeles, and it was a heck of a show. El Technico Rudo. El Technico. Alan King working over the arm of El Technico Rudo. El Technico going to the middle rope. No, he's going all the way up. He's going to walk the ropes. Beautiful move, beautiful arm drag off the top rope, right in the middle of it. And these Lucha Libre wrestlers from Mexico can do that. These guys, they're high flyers, colored elbow tap. King goes for the arm twist. Let's see, German suplex takedown by El Technico Rudo. This El Technico Rudo can really work. He went for an arm set out there, but King moved the arm. Alan King got up, got the twist on the arm, puts it into an arm bar, switches over, sets out on his man, now drops with the fist across the arm. Now he goes into a short arm scissors. He lets that go, backs away. He goes right back to the arm, puts a twist on it. El Technico Rudo with a little monkey flip off the ropes on Alan King. King goes back to the arm bar. Now he turns it into a wrist lock. Alan King got the wrist lock on El Technico Rudo from Lucha Libre. Alan King, 188 pounds, working over El Technico Rudo. King picks him up in the Anderson Brothers arm slam. My God, I couldn't talk. That was a hold made popular years ago by Gene and Ole Anderson, putting the arm behind the back in a wrist lock and slamming the man on it. Or a hammer lock, rather. El Technico Rudo puts King across the ring, sticks a knee into the midsection. He went for the elbow smash. He showboated too long. King goes for an arm drag, takes him over. El Technico Rudo hit the mat hard. Alan King, 188 pounds, but he can move. Let me tell you that. He'll be all over you in a heartbeat. Alan King keeping the arm bar, overhooks the head, applying the pressure. Referee Jimmy McCombs asked him, hey, do you want to give it up? He says no. El Technico Rudo from Lucha Libre Wrestling in Mexico. King going to the fingers, if you will. King going back to the arm bar. King keeping pressure on the arm of El Technico Rudo. El Technico Rudo coming up to one knee now. King still applying the pressure on the arm bar. King being backed into the rope, shot across the ring. They go for a move. They duck out of it, up and over. Here we go. Who's going to be the first one? El Technico Rudo with the side armbar, turned it into a clothesline. El Technico Rudo going back to the arm, gives a side salto kick. El Technico Rudo on the throat of Alan King, being warned by referee James McCombs. El Technico Rudo I thought he was going for a pile driver, but it was kind of a twist and neck maneuver with his legs into a flying mare. El Technical Rudo, let's see what he's going to get here. He does another stretch on the neck with the feet. These Mexican wrestlers has a lot of different holds, and forgive me if I don't get all of them, but they're quite different from the catch-as-catch-can wrestling here in the United States, as you see. El Technical Rudo hooking the legs of Alan King. Looks like a scorpion deathlock. He picks King practically up and turns him up on top of his head. Now he turns it in to a Boston Crab. King trying to make it to the ropes. King trying to get to the ropes. King made it to the ropes. El Technico Rudo will have to break the hold. 5 minutes gone, 5 minutes remain. There was a kick right to the face by El Technico Rudo from Lucha Libre, Mexico. Oh, drop off that rope onto the neck of Alan King. A second drop across the neck. There's another flying mare on Alan King by El Technico Rudo from Lucha Libre. He's hooking in the leg shear. He's gonna go for the old rocking chair, I call it. He can get him up. Alan King said no. Alan King says no. El Technico Rudo was trying to get him into that rocking chair maneuver. And he said no. He said no way. El Technico Rudo with a forearm to Alan King. Alan about out on his feet, as you can see. But he's put up a gallant effort against El Technico Rudo. Alan moving out. Going for a big slam. He goes for the pin. Gets a 2 count. El Technico Rudo kicks out. El Technico Rudo with a thrust. I don't know whether it was to the throat or to the eyes. El Technico Rudo with a headbutt to Alan King, another headbutt to Alan King, a third headbutt. After the third headbutt, King goes down. El Technico Rudo's taking his time. These Lucha Libre wrestlers don't get no hurry. He's going to the second rope. The bonsai drop on Alan King. He drops a knee into the midsection of Alan King. He picks Alan up by the hair of the head. There goes Alan. El Technico Rudo was going for a suplex maneuver. King rolled him up. El Technico Rudo throwing the left hands to the side of the face of Alan King. Now right hand to the side of the face. King goes down once again. There's an elbow drop. There's a 2 count. Another 2 count by El Technico Rudo. But Alan King keeps coming up. I don't know how he's doing it. There's that side German suplex. The side German suplex by El Technico Rudo. Rudo's going on the outside. He's coming in over the top. He went for the splash. He missed that. Seven minutes gone. 3 minutes remain. 7 minutes gone. 3 minutes remain. The winner of the third of the match in 7 minutes 5 seconds, Alan King over El Technical Rudo.
Hi, I'm Ken Daffron, owner of Dalton Direct Carpets in Kingsport, Tennessee. Hello, I'm Ken Daffron, owner of Dalton Direct Carpets, starting our 21st year. Hello, I'm Ken Daffron, owner of Dalton Direct Carpets. Hello, I'm Ken Daffron, owner of Dalton Direct Carpets. Please come by and help us celebrate our 40th anniversary. Hello, I'm Ken Daffron, owner of Dalton Direct Carpets. I've changed a lot over 46 years. Who hasn't? Dalton Direct Carpets hasn't changed. During our sale going on now, we have the best prices on carpet, waterproof flooring, vinyl, and wood flooring in the Tri-Cities area. That's Dalton Direct Carpets in Kingsport.
Welcome back to Retro as we're going through the years, through the month of May, over the decades of Southern States Wrestling, and we're paying tribute to some people that we have lost along the way. We're ready for some Legends action right here from 1999. Don Wright, Wayne Rogers, and in their corner, Tony Peters, who we lost just last year. Across the ring, Ricky Harrison, who made a legendary name right here in Southern States Wrestling for himself, and the boy from New York City, Jimmy Valiant, and in their corner, Jim White, who we lost a few years ago. These two men on the outside may have been out of the wrestling profession, not wrestling any longer, but they were never afraid to mix it up. Let's go back to Kingsport, Tennessee, 1999. Here you go.
Right there, as Ricky Harrison near about tumbles out to the announcer's table at ringside, as Harrison's youth is definitely not helping him thus far in this match against these veterans.
I tell you what, if you go back to the 1950s, 1960s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, that move we just saw has always been the great equalizer. The one advantage that they have in their corner, Valiant and Ricky Harrison, is Jim White. Not only was he the man responsible for helping train Sam Bass, he was the man that was held responsible for helping train Jerry Lawler. He was one of the greatest tag team exponents back in the late 60s, early 70s. Truly a legend. And with his new knees, he looks like he's spry enough to actually want to get back in there. But there's a mugging going on in that corner there now.
Don Wright, just a blatant double team as again Ricky Harrison in no man's land, needing to make that tag. Don Wright now comes in. There's the veteran's tactic, rattling up the boogie man to keep the official James McCone again with his back turned. You can see in the corner the camera shot. There's Tony Peters, leg open with the elbow smash, throwing Ricky Harrison. And Harrison has been in this ring far too long and taken far too much punishment as he crawls, trying to desperately make it back to his corner. The King, Wayne Rogers, is there to cut him off, wraps him up, takes him and pulls him down off the rope. And Ricky Harrison, I don't care how young you are, Joe, and what kind of shape you're in, if you don't be able to make that tag, Ricky Harrison is in desperate shape here as again Tony Peters joins in the festivities.
No doubt about that. Boogeyman's just, he had enough. He came charging the ring right there. Now he's threatening referee James McCone. He is so aggravated and frustrated, and understandably so, as Rick Harrison seemingly is having to battle three men here, and not just your average three. These guys are cunning, wily veterans in the world of wrestling, no doubt about that. As Harrison set up there, ducked under that fist. He may mount some offense here as he got a cross body block in, but Don Wright was right over to make the save. And I tell you what, Mark, Harrison is in desperate need of a tag.
Not only is Harrison in desperate need of a tag, his head's been split wide open by that object that Don Wright used on him. And look at this, a backbreaker and cover. And almost three there.
did not hook the leg. So Harrison just able to power out. Don Wright has been living in the ring, whether or not he should be in there or not. Got the tag, I guess, from Rogers, and is back in, working on Ricky Harrison. Boogie Woogie Man was in very briefly early on in this match. It was so long ago, it's hard to remember about it. He's been in the corner the whole time since, trying any way he can to get into the action. The referee, James McCone, has been able to keep him out. Tony Peters also. There's a sloppy cover by Don Wright. Harrison able to flip him over and got a 2 and almost a 3 count there, as Ricky Harrison showing a lot of intestinal fortitude, stretching out for all he's worth, trying to make the tag, can't do it. Wayne Rogers here, Joe, dropping the elbow.
Rogers just cut him off right there, big elbow. Caught him right in the sternum, and he takes a moment once again to rile up the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, who's like a caged animal on the ringside as he's rallying the fans. But Harrison just received a big backdrop right there, and I tell you what, when Harrison is able to make it over to that corner and make a tag to the Boogie Woogie Man, I tell you, this crowd in Kingsport's going to explode. I'm sure about that, as Harrison continuing to take a beating here at the hands of these veterans, Mark.
I'll tell you what, you got to be concerned about that. Hardway busted away on Ricky Harrison's forehead there. And Jim White and Don Wright almost got into it right there at ringside. But we shall see. They're wearing him down. But if there's one thing that we know, Ricky Harrison will not quit. He will keep fighting until there's the last breath left in him.
Tony Peters standing up on the ring apron. Again, the Boogie Woogie Man to the far turnbuckle trying to get in. Rogers makes the tag. It looks like Don Wright again is reaching in. In fact, he is to those tights. Got a chain wrapped around his knuckles as he lays open Ricky Harrison and delivers a blow to the top of the forehead, the top of the noggin as well. One thing about Ricky Harrison, he's got to be in superb shape to take this kind of repeated punishment from not one, but 3 individuals at times, and still stay in there and not quit, and able to keep his wits about him and trying to make that tag. And Ricky Harrison again, as Don Wright goes to work, and even though Wright and Rogers there, Joe, may not have had a whole lot of time to prepare for this match, they're functioning very, very nicely as a tag team here tonight.
Absolutely true, Chip, and I think that reverts back to their veteran experience. I mean, these guys are world known and renowned in wrestling, and their experience is just legendary. No doubt about that, as Wright continues to work over Harrison, and goes over and gets a cheap shot in there on the Boogie Woogie Man, and that once again entices him back into the ring, allowing the combination of Wright and Rogers to make another exchange, as Rogers just caught him right there. Harrison on the receiving end of a hard boot to the midsection. He was wide open, but Harrison showing that fight and fire in him. He's firing back a little bit. He's trying to mount some offense as the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, rallies the crowd support behind him here in Kingsport, Tennessee. But once again, he's on the receiving end of some hard chops in the corner there, Mark, as Harrison continues to take a beating.
Well, this beating's a twofold thing. Not only are they beating on his arm, but they're also beating on his head, trying to bust that head even further open than what it is. But at the same time, they've been concentrating on the arm the entire match. Like I said before, you know, Ricky Harrison may have looked across the ring at this and thought to himself, I'm going to do really good against these two older gentlemen. But I guarantee you for the next 2-3 weeks, he's going to be the sorest person in the whole wide world. And there's the tag!
Makes the tag finally to the Boogie Woogie Man, and here he comes. Jimmy Valiant on Rogers, on Wright, on Rogers. Wright once again. It's 1 against 2, and so far the one is getting the better of things. He takes both noggins and is able to wrap them up together, joined by Harrison. Little meeting of the minds inside the squared circle. Here comes Tony Peters. He gets a couple of shots to the Boogie Man, and it's all Valiant right now.
And look at Jim White. He's getting in his 2 cents too. Referee's got to throw this thing out.
James McCone has his hands filled up here. McCone gets shot to the far corner. Out goes Rogers, Wright, and Peters. And I think, Joe, as Mark called it, the bell's been rung, and this thing probably is going to be sent to the shower.
I believe you're right. Referee James McCone over there. Man, we're going to get the official announcement.
Both teams have been disqualified, so this one will be a double disqualification as the action continues.
I told you, Jim White and Tony Peters were not afraid to mix it up. Let's now fast forward to 2000, May of 2000, Mark Curtis Memorial. A huge event that we held in Kingsport, Tennessee. Buddy Landel, and in his corner, the Duke of New York against Flex Armstrong. And in Flex's corner, Jim White, also known as Tiny York. Let's take a look here, and I want to make a note. Mike DiMuzio, referee. In this match, we've lost Mike DiMuzio, we've lost Buddy Landel, and we've lost Jim White. This is why it's so important for us to share our history, and so important that we have kept all the footage from over the years. Let's go to 2000, Kingsport, Tennessee, Mark Curtis Memorial.
Southern States Wrestling on television. PJ, you can attest to that. The energy level, the excitement is so much more when you're here with us live.
Exactly, Joe Wheeler. There's nothing like catching SSW when it comes to a town near you, so I strongly advise to all these wrestling fans in the Mountain Empire region, they definitely need to check out SSW.
No doubt about that. Bringing you some of the best wrestling action you're going to find anywhere. And, oh, my, Landel just level flexed with that stinging chop to the chest, PJ.
He just rang my ears, brother, and we've got to be a good 40, 50 feet away from these guys, and it popped like a shotgun in here.
Certainly did, and Landel now looks like he's setting up, going in for that figure four leg lock. Flex got him right there, small package, got a 2 count out of that situation, and now Jim Wright stepping up on the ringside as, Flex just got nailed into the post right there by Buddy Landel. As this action spilled out of the ring, Jim White's got the Duke of New York rolling him in the ring as Flex and Buddy Landel are fighting on the floor. As Jim White now has got the Duke of New York in the ring. He's got him snatched up, and wow, there he went. Oh, yeah, Jim White's all over the Duke. Referee's in and got the 3 count right there. I tell you what, the legendary Jim White just got the pinfall over the Duke of New York. And fans, be sure to join us on June 10th back in Kingsport, Tennessee at the National Guard Armory. And Buddy Landel looked like he dropped the elbow on his own manager right there, PJ.
I don't know what exactly is going on here, Joe Wheeler. Is there a little dissension going on here between the Duke and Buddy Landel?
I don't know, but fans, don't touch that dial. We're back in mere moments.
Hello, I'm Ken Daffer in honor of Dr. Direct Carpets. Thank you, our loyal customers, for keeping us in business for over 46 years. We couldn't do it without your support. We offer affordable prices on all of our carpet, waterproof flooring, vinyl, and wood flooring. We're featuring heavy plush carpet on sale at $1.69 per square foot, and I have 24 colors in stock for immediate installation. Please come by during our sale and let our salespeople assist you on getting the right floor in the right room at the right price. That's Dr. Direct Carpets, Kingsport.
In 1999, we presented the first East Tennessee Wrestling Hall of Fame. For several years, we did that every May, a part of the Mark Curtis Memorial. In 2000, we inducted the Big Chief, Wahoo McDaniel, who deserved every accolade that we could give him. Wahoo came to Kingsport that night to accept his Hall of Fame induction. We're going to show you that. And then after that, Wahoo had a little surprise for myself and my cousin, KC Thunder.
Chief Wahoo McDaniel began his professional sports career playing football for the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins before entering a successful pro wrestling career that spanned 4 decades. Certainly one of the most celebrated and successful Native American athletes in history, Chief Wahoo competed in Kingsport many times under the NWA Jim Crockett Promotions banner. He's held the U.S. title, the Mid-Atlantic title, the World Tag Team titles with partners including Mark Youngblood, Paul Jones, and Johnny Valentine. Wahoo chased world champions such as Harley Race, Ric Flair, and Dory and Terry Funk. The Big Chief is known for having the hardest chop of all time. Many current wrestlers can still feel the sting of his powerful chop. This will be Wahoo's first appearance in Kingsport in nearly a decade. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Wahoo McDaniel.
Well, it's good to be here, and I'd like to thank all the people, because if it wasn't for the people and the fans, we wouldn't be here, and it's done wonders for wrestling. Now it's one of the biggest sports in the world today. Used to people say, I don't like wrestling. Everybody loves wrestling now, and I'm glad y'all invited me up here, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Iron Cross not happy about this one darn bit as he realized what's going on. And Beau James with the briefcase, smashing it across the shoulders of the Iron Cross. PJ Sharp, I should have known never to trust this guy, as he's proven once again he's not trustworthy at all. Beau James and KC Thunder now, all three working over the Iron Cross, and Ricky Harrison and Duke, you probably are loving this.
Every week for the last 3 months, Beau James and KC Thunder have beat up PJ Sharp, and it looks like they finally beat some sense into him.
Now Iron Cross
slapping him. I love it.
PJ just slapping the Iron Cross around. How insulting, as he's being held by KC and Beau. And PJ just having a heyday here, slapping the Iron Cross repeatedly. Oh, my, wait a minute. Here comes Mike Cooper. He's coming in to try to lend a hand here. Oh, my. Beau James slung that briefcase. Missed Cooper because he would have took his head off if he had hit him. As now they've got Cooper dragging him up, as Flex Armstrong now making his way down here. We've just got a near about battle royal breaking loose. KC just waffled Flex with the briefcase. Duke, this is crazy.
This is out of control. Mike Cooper tried to make the save, didn't work out for him. Flex tried to make the save, he got whacked upside the head. Iron Cross thrown back out on the floor. Look at PJ going to work on Harrison.
PJ Sharp getting in his shots as well, as now Beau James and KC Thunder both out on the floor. They've got the Iron Cross. And wait a minute, what in God's name are they getting ready to do here to the Iron Cross? We got to go. Oh, there's Wahoo McDaniel. Wahoo McDaniel breaking it up with a couple of his patented chops. And Beau James and KC Thunder both running for their lives as the legendary Chief Wahoo McDaniel interjected himself right there just in the nick of time, Duke.
The most powerful chops in the history of professional wrestling belong to Wahoo McDaniel, and Beau James and KC Thunder just got a taste of them here tonight.
Every time I see that clip, I still feel that big chop from the Big Chief. The hardest chops in the history of the wrestling profession, without a doubt, came from the Big Chief, Wahoo McDaniel. What a legendary star, what a great friend, what a great ambassador for pro wrestling after he had got out of the ring from wrestling. Now let's move along to the Mark Curtis Memorial 2002. The Death Riders, Chick White and Crunch the Equalizer. We lost Crunch just a few years ago. Across the ring from them, two men they had a very serious issue with. The powerhouse from Bristol, Tennessee, Ray Idle, and Brian Overbay, who we lost several years ago. So let's go back and take a look at some of this classic action.
Slapping the hand of Ray Idle once again, drawing Idle into the ring, as Chick White now taking advantage, using a chokehold on Brian Overbay, as the referee once again tied up with Ray Idle. Chick White and the Equalizer. I tell you what, these guys are experienced veterans, no question about it, and they're putting that experience to work in this tag match.
I tell you what, they did a classic tag team tag right there. They did not make the tag. They went over and made a move on Ray Idle to draw the attention of referee Tim Hurd, and that's very effective. But Brian Overbay is starting to work over Chick White right now, Joe.
No doubt about that. Good back elbow there by Overbay a minute ago. Now he's trying to drag Chick over to his side of the ring. Oh, my, and end up yanking Equalizer right in the ring as well, as the Death Riders now seem to be in trouble, at least for the moment, as Ray Idle coming off the top rope there, driving that fist into the leg of Chick White. And Ray Idle now with a spinning toe hold. Of course, move made famous by Dory Funk Jr. as he is really applying the pressure to Chick White. It looks like Overbay and Idol perhaps have turned this match around, Mike.
You read my mind, Joe. I was sitting here thinking the same thing about Dory Funk when he got that toe hold, and I'm going to tell you something, that step over toe hold was one of the most famous ever. But I tell you, when you think you've got the equalizer and Chick White in trouble, they come right back, Joe, and I tell you, it's going to be a long night for these four men.
No doubt about that. Chick White, very resilient, great veteran competitor, as now he's mocking Overbay, and Overbay stepping in the ring. That allows the equalizer and Chick White to make the exchange without making a tag, as the referee was distracted with Overbay. Equalizer in there now with Ray Idol. Idol trying to bull his way back into his corner. He's done so, but the referee's tied up with Chick White. Brian Overbay's coming in. They've made the tag, but I don't think, the referee's not going to allow it because of the fact he didn't see the tag, as that allows Equalizer and Ray Idol to continue, as Equalizer caught him with that back elbow. I tell you, the Death Riders really taking a veteran advantage here of Overbay and Idol as they're able to control this contest.
You're exactly right, Joe. They're taking advantage of the inexperience of Ray Idol and Brian Overbay, and they're taking it right to him. Chick White now shoots Idol across the ring, goes for a big backdrop. He gets it. I tell you, Joe, it's going to be a long night, and Chick White starting to put the boots to Ray Idol, and now the fist to the back of the head of Ray Idol.
Tennessee Equalizer and Chick White, the Death Riders, controlling this matchup, at least at this point in time, as Chick has got a camel clutch type maneuver on Ray Idol at this point in the contest. Brian Overbay now rallying the crowd here in Kingsport, Tennessee, here at the Civic Auditorium, to get behind the current SSW TV champion Ray Idol. Idol now making his way back up. What is he going to try to do here? He's made his way back up to his feet. Oh, he was able to slip out of there, as Chick White, though, right back on him, Mike.
I'll tell you what, Chick White with those rights to the forehead, he makes a tag. A Tennessee Equalizer comes inside, and now Chick White holding the man. He's got a 5 count, Joe, to let him go, and that's legal. Now the Tennessee Equalizer going to the groin area, and I tell you what, he's right back on that leg.
The Death Riders certainly staying focused in their attack here. They've got Ray Idol down. They've got him grounded. They're staying focused on the leg of Ray Idol. Very sound strategy, no question about it, trying to ground this powerful young competitor.
And from the last few minutes, they have got this pair grounded. Ray Idol and Brian Overbay's in a little bit of trouble right here, but Joe, they're very tough competitors. Never count them out, because they'll come back, and they're starting to come back right now as Ray Idol's working over the Tennessee Equalizer.
Equalizer's caught back in that corner. I believe Overbay's got hold of him. The tag's been made now. Brian Overbay steps into the ring. This allows Overbay and Idol an opportunity to double team. They catch the Tennessee Equalizer with a big double back elbow. Overbay's in for a cover. Referee's in. Only got a 2 count out of that, as Chick White was trying to interfere. Equalizer going after Idol here. Oh my, just threw him in the ring. Chick White and Brian Overbay are hooking it up on the far side. Mike, this is breaking down fast.
It's a pure 6 brawl, Joe, and I tell you what, Ray Idol and Overbay reverses. They've got a double pin. There it is.
Your winners of this matchup, TV champion Ray Idol and Brian Overbay.
Hello, I'm Ken Daffer in honor of Doctor Direct Carpets. Thank you, our loyal customers, for keeping us in business for over 46 years. We couldn't do it without your support. We offer affordable prices on all of our carpet, waterproof flooring, vinyl, and wood flooring. We're featuring heavy plush carpet on sale at $1.69 per square foot, and I have 24 colors in stock for immediate installation. Please come by during our sale and let our salespeople assist you on getting the right floor in the right room at the right price. That's Dr. Direct Carpets, Kingsport.
Welcome back to Retro May Through the Years. We're taking a look here, and we're paying tribute to several that we have lost along the way. If you come to the anniversary spectacular every year in February, we read off a list. I wish we had time to show you everybody here today that we have lost. We're highlighting a few. Maybe next year we'll do this again with another set of stars that we have lost along the way. We have shown you Tracy Smothers. We've shown you Mark Curtis. We've shown you Jim White, Tony Peters, Wahoo McDaniels, Brian Overbay, Crunch. You may be thinking, hey, is there any women that are no longer with us that were a part of Southern States Wrestling? Yes. The greatest women's wrestler of all time. The greatest women's valet of all time. Sensational Sherri Martell. Let's go to the Mark Curtis Memorial 2003. Jeff Tankersley, Sherri Martell against Scott Sterling and Brandi Alexander.
Okay, Joe, here we go. Mixed tag team action. It's Brandi Alexander and Scott Sterling against Sensational Sherri Martell and Mr. Excitement, Jeff Tankersley. Sherri Martell's getting into it with referee Monk. She's already slapped him on the rear. Now she's taking on anybody she wants to. And Scrumptious is in the corner of Tankersley and Martell.
Well, I tell you what, Mike, this should be quite a mixed gender tag matchup here, and we're trying to get it settled as to whether we're going to start this with the gentlemen or the ladies. Brandi Alexander is standing in her corner in the ring ready to go as Sensational Queen Sherri Martell stepping in the ring here. And of course, these two ladies are no strangers to one another as they have battled each other before here in Southern States Wrestling, and this should be a tremendous contest as always here in Southern States Wrestling.
Now, Jeff Tankersley is doing the referee's check of Sherri Martell. Monk moves in wanting to do the check, but Tankersley tells him, referee Monk, I've already made the check. But this is going to be a wild time, Joe, tonight right here. Now, Brandi Alexander moving in, wanting to tie it up with Sensational Sherri Martell. Scott Sterling starting to pace on the outside of the apron. Now Sherri Martell checking referee Monk. I'll tell you what, Brandi wants a hold of Sherri. She wants her right now. Joe, they've wrestled a couple of times. They don't have a thing settled yet. Brandi wants that ladies championship back. The championship is not up at this time, but one of these days, Brandi will get her chance, and I believe the belt will come back home to Brandi Alexander.
Oh yeah, you're right about that, Mike. It probably is a matter of time, like you said, before it happens that Brandi's able to get a victory over Sensational Sherri. One of the biggest challenges, it seems, with Brandi is Sherri's stall tactics. Oh, Brandi going right in, rolls her right up. Got a quick 2 count right there. And Brandi, like you said, ready to go. Inside cradle, once again gets a quick 2 count. And Brandi with a hard forearm. You're right, Mike. She has come here to fight tonight against Sensational Sherri Martell. And up and over here, monkey flip. And again, down into a pinning predicament. That is the third pinning combination Brandi has thrown on Sherri here in just the opening moments of this matchup. Backslide going in. 1, 2. Oh, only got a 1 count out of that one. And Sherri was able to pull a rabbit out of the hat and has got her in a front face lock here, front chancery, as Brandi with a hard punch to the kidney finds her way out of that one. Brandi now chopping away at Sherri. Mike, I tell you what, you're right. Brandi's come here to fight tonight.
She has had all of Sherri Martell she wants. She wants revenge, and she has come here with revenge on her mind, Joe. And I tell you what, Brandi Alexander, she stays within the rules most of the time. But tonight, she's come for one thing, revenge, and revenge is sweet, Joe.
Oh, yes, as Brandi taking it to Sherri here with a series of shots now. Got her over in the ropes, got her tied up in the ropes here, and a hard chop across the chest as Brandi once again opening up on Sherri. Hard whip in, and a big clothesline right there as Brandi over and got a cover and got the 2 count out of that situation. I tell you what, Sherri Martell, I hope, has not underestimated Brandi. Or no, she went right to the eyes right there, raking away at the eyes of Brandi Alexander and gives her a hard shot to the midsection. The Sensational One now opening up with a series of shots on Brandi Alexander. She's got her pinned over in the corner, and Sherri Martell is showing us why. She's a former WWF and AWA World Ladies Champion. And, of course, Sherri Martell was she was the woman that ended the Fabulous Moolah's, 30-plus year reign as women's heavyweight champion or women's champion of the world. Sherri Martell has gone down in history for many things, but that is probably one of the most dubious honors as she ended that reign of the Fabulous Moolah after 30-something years, Mike.
I tell you what, Sherri Martell's one of the greatest all-time professional lady wrestlers that ever graced the presence of the ring. And I tell you what, she has took on them all, Joe. She has met every woman competitor from the United States all over the world. And I tell you what, Sherri is going to the top, Joe. I can't believe this. She's up top. She comes off with a body block, but Brandi Alexander rolled through and got a 2 count on Sensational Sherri Martell.
Jeff Tankersley, of course, interrupted that count and broke the situation up, and that prompted Scott Sterling to charge the ring as well. The tag's been made. Brandi Alexander's tagged in Scott, as Scott, being a gentleman here, backing off, allowing Sensational Sherri the opportunity to make that tag to Mr. Excitement, Jeff Tankersley, as Tankersley now stepping in the ring for the first time legally in this matchup. They locked up collar and elbow. Sterling bulls his man back into the corner as a nice clean break there. They come right back out. Collar and elbow right back into the far corner, and Tankersley with a cheap shot on the break there. Tankersley now going to work on Scott Sterling. Hard Irish whip into the near corner as Tankersley missed that one there coming in. Sterling grabs him in an arm drag and has Tankersley now under control down on the canvas. Sterling now bringing his man back up and staying on that arm of Mr. Excitement, Jeff Tankersley, Mike.
Sterling with an arm twist on Jeff Tankersley, Mr. Excitement. And I tell you what, Scott Sterling out of Hollywood, Florida, don't you ever take him for granted. He'll stay with you all night long. Brandi Alexander just went to the top rope and come off on that arm of Mr. Excitement, Jeff Tankersley. Tankersley's in a world of hurt, Joe, because Brandi went to the top rope. She came off on that arm, and I tell you what, this Brandi Alexander, those high kicks, she knows the karate, the sabat kicks. She knows a lot of stuff, and she's one of the greatest women wrestlers of all times, Joe. Now, Scott Sterling trying to work over Mr. Excitement, Jeff Tankersley. Tankersley got a shoulder tackle on him there. Tankersley now moving out against Scott Sterling with that knee drop to the back of the neck. Let me tell you something. Don't never take Tankersley lightly, because, Joe, if you do, he'll be all over you like a duck on a June bug.
Oh, no doubt about that, Mike. Great point there, too. And Tankersley, he's double tough competitor. Doesn't always employ the most scientific wrestling, as was just displayed right there with a blatant chokehold in front of the referee. But fundamentally, he's very sound. He's a general in the ring as far as taking command of things. And Sherri Martell choking the life out of Scott Sterling over there on the far side, as Tankersley was able to keep the referee manipulated and distracted with Brandi Alexander. That allows Tankersley the opportunity to go right back to work on Scott Sterling and maintain the advantage that he and Sherri have established thus far. Big, hard elbow right there to the top of the head of Scott Sterling. And Tankersley once again employing very, very questionable tactics, using the ropes to rake the man's eyes. But love him or hate him, Tankersley can take care of business in the ring.
I tell you what, Tankersley, with those shots to the head in the midsection of Scott Sterling, I'm going to tell you something. Tankersley runs that mouth a lot. But I will say this, Joe, he can back up every doggone word he says. Now, he can. He's very tough, very rough. And I tell you what, him and Sherri Martell together, they make a tough tag team.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, they're tremendous competitors, both of them in their own rights, and you put them together in a mixed tag like this, and we got a 2 count right there. Scott Sterling able to kick out of that situation. And, you know, on the other side of the ring, you got Brandi Alexander, former ladies U.S. champion, and Scott Sterling, who I believe is the former one half of the SSW tag team champions. So everybody in the ring has got very, very solid credentials and a long resume of accomplishments. And Tankersley with a big slam right there, that could do it. No, Sterling was able to get out of that situation, but Tankersley showing his strength and power there, slamming Scott Sterling down in such a manner, Mike.
I tell you what, don't take Tankersley lightly. He works out all the time. He works out religiously. He's built pretty good, but he's strong, Joe. Don't let his size fool you. The boy is strong.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, that strength was just displayed in that, big power slam on Sterling. But Brandi now tagged in and taking care of business on Sherri. 2 big clotheslines right there back-to-back, and a third short-arm clothesline right there, taking Sherri down. Sherri is rocked at this point. Brandi now sets her up with a hard Irish whip and a big elbow right to the chest area there as she snatches Sherri up by the hair of the head once again and sets her up. Oh, neck breaker right there. Brandi is, and man, she is out to put a hurting on Sherri tonight, and once again gets a 2 count. Could have probably been a 3 if Tankersley hadn't made it in there when he did. Brandi back in now, big suplex, snap suplex with a bridge, beautifully executed there, and once again, Tankersley taking a cheap shot on Brandi, Mike.
Tankersley will do all he can because I know he felt sure the last 2 times was it for him, but he just got paid back in full, Joe Wheeler.
That he did. He looked like he was going for a foreign object there perhaps or something, and Brandi caught him. She just caught Sherri right there with that object and got the 3 count right there. Your winners of this contest, Scott Sterling and Brandi Alexander, in a hard-fought matchup, Mike.
Very much.
Thank you for sharing some time with us. Thank you for watching our classic footage. Remember, Retro will now be a monthly hour-long special where we take you back through that month, through the decades. So you can see a lot of classic action, legendary stars, some of the big feuds. We'll have something different for you every month here on Retro. Until next month, this is Beau James saying Happy Memorial Day. God bless each and every one of you. Hope to see you ringside.